enough of that. Gee, this supposedly new and improved setup for Rumble isn't all that great. I was working on it, and this is the one that goes right out of OBS, which, basically you set your stuff up in OBS, which I still haven't completely figured out. I mean, as far as there's a setting in there to get it to where it'll stop, but the only way I can get it to show up is to have it to just keep looping. At least that's how I figured it out. But anyway, I put it in there, because in the direct from OBS into Rumble Studio, you don't really have any controls over your videos and whatnot as it did in the old platform, which they're getting ready to dump. So I thought, oh, well. So I looked at the new one, but it isn't ready to go. So I don't know when they're going to drop the old one and all that. So I went with this one and was messing around. I used it before, but then I discovered, they do have an option for placeholder videos. And that's something to play while you're setting it up. And it would the old one would just go ahead and put the the placeholder videos like a standby as the stream is about to start or what have you. And I thought, well, all right, that'll work. So I put it in there, and then I hit start the stream. Well, for me, the stream, it starts playing that video. So I'm sitting there. It was a Nailsin News thing. And then I noticed, I said, oh, yeah, I want to make sure the super tip link's in there. And so I was checking on that. All that good stuff. And there's my drawing board in hand sitting there as I'm watching this Nailsin News thing. And it's like, they're not seeing that. Damn it. So that's how that goes. Anyway, interestingly enough, intended to do Nailsin News. Hopefully I can get to that tonight. I won't be doing it now. Instead, and I think still, even now, if I want to keep clinging to Rumble Studio, why do I do this to myself? Would probably be the better one to do the drawings and stuff like that, and just be the drawing stream. And so that's what I'll do for this one. And there's a couple of subjects I can do, but then all of a sudden on X, I saw where Melton put up a particular mugshot of one Ethan Ralph. I don't know why he got arrested, but apparently he did, and he's in the orange jumpsuit and everything. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, So I don't know, but I did catch a bit of Melton's show where this back and forth between Mersh and Ethan, which goes back a ways apparently, and with, Mersh's girlfriend having, I believe, dated Ethan at one time or something of that. And so there's that kind of thing. Then there's this Scarlett Hampton thing. So apparently Scarlett and Ethan hooked up, so to speak. Don't know if that has anything to do with Ethan's current troubles, but who knows? So I've never drawn Ethan, so this will be a first. So I've got his mugshot that I'm looking at right. Well, you can't see it, but I can. I suppose I could put it up, but yeah. Well, you know what? Once I've drawn it, we'll do the coloring section in Photoshop, so it'll be there when. But you can go look at. You can go to Melton's X account, and he's got the mugshot there. So, gonna go here. I do this sort of. This is kind of I would say, new feature of approach to faces and whatnot. But I tend to start out with this sort of light bulb shape. It's not always 100% accurate, but for some reason, it just works. And especially for the likes of caretaker and stuff. So I'll draw him in his jail jumpsuit. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's like a DUI type thing. Uh, Something like that. I don't guess he was involved in armed robbery or assault or anything like that. I hope not. Um, but he's well, maybe he's already out. I don't know. But anyway, Melton was watching. Mersch. It was Mersch looking at this Ethan Ralph business, and Ethan Ralph, I guess, was streaming from a motel room with a very loud air conditioner. It was ridiculously loud, and it was, he kind of, I guess that was the co-host for Ethan Ralph, was that. And I don't know the whole deal, other than, girlfriend stuff and some sort of, I don't know, they both have an interest in Scarlett. I mean, Merch says no. Ethan, of course, like I said, hooked up with her, apparently recently. So, well, there's that. And that's really about it. But, I mean, as for what got him arrested, I don't know. But he's arrested. Or was. And got a new outfit, orange. There's the matching pants that go with it typically. I don't know what state he's in these days. Or wait, didn't he move to Mexico? Do they do orange jumpsuits in Mexico? I don't know. Did he get busted in Mexico? I don't know. I can't remember the whole lore. Not up to date on it and all that. No, he didn't shave his head bald. I'm just haven't gotten to his hair yet. Again, I'm not on the up and up on the Ethan Ralph stuff. He comes up every now and then. But it looks like he's lost some weight, huh? So he seemed like a chubbier dude. What the hell is that? My jacket rubbing this thing? There, maybe that'll help. Anyway, once again, when you get arrested and they take the mugshot, they don't capture you on your best. So you gotta be understanding in that. And for Ethan here, his hair is quite the mess. They didn't give him a comb. They just put him in the jumpsuit and said, "Stand here," and they took a picture of him, Which, I mean, now, unless it's like something Ethan doesn't give a crap about his hair and never really combs it, it's like an Opie thing. So then, well, that'd be a pretty accurate depiction. But you would think, he actually does comb his hair from time to time. So since he's more than likely going to be seen with his hair, well groomed, then you'd want him to, hey, go ahead and, comb your hair. And, oh, yeah. So it's not that great of an Ethan picture, I got to admit, at our drawing I'm doing here. But look, it's the first one. And, of course, I think he usually wears a hat or something like that on his streams. So, anyway, of course, I don't know. He may be stuck there for a while. I don't know the situation. I don't know if there's got any friends who'd bail him out, or if he can get bailed out. So I don't know if the meetup with Scarlett and the hookup was a one and done thing, or if they're like together or something. But just for fun, I thought I'd draw her picture too. I don't know where she is these days, unless she's like with. But then again, I could have sworn I heard that he was in Mexico. Maybe she went to Mexico to hang out with Ethan Ralph. I don't know. So again, do the sort of light bulb shape here as just a starting point. Gee, I wonder if they both got arrested, like Bonnie and Clyde or something. I don't know if they got pulled over and there was certain paraphernalia and all that, and that could be a case. I don't know, but I haven't heard that she's in any kind of trouble of late. But just for the image purposes, so it's too bad, I mean, they probably had this romantic get together, and then something went terribly wrong. Ethan ends up in jail. Did he get pissed off at somebody? And the police were called. He got belligerent. Was it something? Usually, a lot of these things, it's very simple. All you had to do was calm down, leave, do what the officer tells you, and then that pretty much is it. But something, I don't know, attitude, whatever, can't just walk away, and then maybe something like that. And then they decide, hey, you're going to jail. So he ended up in jail. So, again, probably already out. But then the other again, maybe not. Yeah. Jeez, that's a better Scarlett than Ethan. Yeah. Sometimes it works out that way. Oh, well. All right. So, guess I'll put some ink to the Hawa. There we go. It's all rather tousled. So maybe he got into a scrap, I don't know if I did see a long time ago the what did they call it, the Battle of the Gunt, where I forget the guy he was fighting with, and somebody slowed it down where their bellies fell out of their shirts and then collided into one another. So I don't know if it was something akin to that this time around. But, it might have been a Dewey type scenario. And, well, you end up joining the facilities of the, I don't know, county or what have you. So again, this would mark the first Ethan Ralph portrait that I've done. Let's see here. He's got a more prominent. He's got a mustache now, so there's a more prominent upper lip. So it kind of just sits there, resting on top of the bottom one. which, at least from what I'm seeing here, is not as prominent as the upper one. So there, well, that'll have to do it. So I'll add some bit of texture here for the beard. And there we go. And it's coming in there. He's got it drawing up here. And rather substantial sideburns, completing the beard up to the hair. And looks like a bit of growth going down the neck. Not all the way, but you know. And there we go. So, and then we will draw the collar of the jumpsuit. And it's got its little attachment or stitchings or whatever. They're pretty basic items of clothing, you know. They're nothing too extensive. Just enough. And, you know, that's all you need. I mean, you're just going to be lounging around in a cage. So, you know, it'll do. All right. There you go. Now, for Miss Hampton, who, you know, manages to keep her saga going, you know. So what do you think? Well, what was it? What did she see in Ethan, you know, that suddenly she decided, you know, this one might be the one? Yeah, it could be. You know, they're talking on the stream, maybe some messages between the two after a stream, and deciding, you know, we should get together sometime. And they do. And, you know, sometimes magic just happens like that. And so it's all kind of cute and sweet, you know. But then, well, I don't know what happened since. And again, you know, it might have nothing to do with it. It's just, I don't know, Ethan was cruising along, got pulled over, and uh-oh, not fit for, you know, operating a vehicle or what have you. Yeah, it could be that. Could be. And I'm sure as soon as possible, he'll clear the whole thing up. And, you know, everyone's concerns can be alleviated. And you get on with the rest of your lives, you know. Little bumps in the road and stuff happen. And that's, you know, that's just the way things go sometimes. All right. There we have it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. The, you know, couple. Potentially. Allegedly. Something like that. There we go. Yeah. It's not too bad. Not too bad. All right. So, I guess that's about all there is I can do. Oh, damn it, now I'm messing up Scarlet. Yeah, I better leave it alone. I better stop putting ink on it. I better... No. Damn it. No. Yeah, good enough. All right. Okay. Let me go ahead and erase the pencil off of Mr. Ralph. And off of his well, I keep saying jumpsuit. I think you get a shirt and a pair of pants. I don't think it's all like all one thing. And so it's kind of like scrubs, I guess, or pajamas, probably something like that. And well, that's what they give you. And then you sit around in the cell wearing that. I mean, look, most accommodations don't really give you much. I mean, you get towels and stuff at a hotel, but they don't give you pajamas or nothing like that. So, yeah. So, if you ever are in need for a place to stay and you've committed a crime of some sort, or at least suspected thereof, there are some accommodating measures made for the extended stay. And that is what your tax dollars do for you. Oops. Yeah, I don't want to mess that up. All right. So there we have. Oh, wait. There we go. Oh, as complete as possible. So later on, if more of the story comes about, I don't know, might get a whole little comic strip thing out of the deal, That'd be nice. I would think so. So, all right, let me look at, there's some other stuff here that I meant to work on. Where is it? There. Oh, now I'm getting angry. Well, here you can look at this. This is the artwork of Anthony Cumia and Gavin McGinnis that I did for the end credit art at the end of their show. Let's see here. Here's a really bad drawing of Chad Zumach doing that during Pat's show. What was it? Not last night, but the night before. And here's Stevie Lou. That didn't turn out that great. Here's Kevin Brennan. It's not too bad. Probably the best one out of the batch, except the little head thing, the gray banana that sits on top of his head. Yeah, that's a little off. Didn't do too great on that. What's underneath? Oh, yeah, there's the Haley one I did. Could have done a better job on that, so might have to reapproach it. But it was basically like she was getting tired of Dabbleverse and wanting to break from it and try some other stuff like that. And that's basically, poor Haley being exasperated, and these things happen. Oh man, I hit the cord on my headphones and now I'm echoing. There we go. All right. Oh, here it is. Here's one. Some doodles I did over the weekend while watching Who Are These Podcasts. And this is only in pencil. Now there's Pat. I was watching some of his show too. It's kind of fine the way it is. He I don't know if he's going to keep with it, but he's got this background with the blue curtain behind him, and it kind of looked like that. I don't know. Well, anyway, when Who Are These Podcasts came along, they were looking at Whitney Cummings and her not husband, fiance was there to had collected some questions, not from the audience because apparently they were terrified of doing that. So anyway, it was just something he got from Google or something. I don't know. So that's all there was to it. So I did this quick little doodle of the two. And he's like a skateboarder or something. I guess like he competes. And, they're going to get married. So I'm guessing, they're in love and stuff. So anyway, I guess that was his debut appearance on her show. And there wasn't a whole lot to it. So anyway, I did get a drawing out of the deal. They weren't sitting like this. He was off to the side reading his questions to her. I can't even remember. I don't remember any of them really. They were pretty bland and rather boring. Well, again, all I really got out of it was the drawing. So there's his beard. I mean, I think he had one. That's what the pencil shows me. And then, Whitney, she was wearing these glasses, sitting at her desk in her show set. Still upset that there's people who criticize the show, stuff like that. But these things happen. But, she's not happy about it. And people were questioning, I think, that she's supposed to be the hot new thing in podcasting, I suppose. But one wonders, how is that? I don't know. And the Saudi business, Saudi, the Riyadh and all that. And still upset that I guess people noticed. So, same old thing. But at least she's got I forget his name, the guy. He's a skateboarding champion of some, I guess, repute. I don't know anything about skateboarding and all that. So I guess she found some guy skateboarding and thought that's her future, and good for her, I guess. There we go. So, wait. No. Let me do. We'll do some of it. Oh wait, I don't want this bleeding through my oh so valuable Ethan Ralph and Scarlett image, because I'm gonna put a lot of ink here for Whitney's hair. She had it kind of in a bun-like thing, but not entirely, because there was a bunch of it hanging off to the side. That's why I have it drawn hanging off to the side. And there you go. It's Whitney, and the soon-to-be Mr. Whitney. So it's nice, because you could just most of us could be so lucky and all that sort of stuff. I think. So, all right, cool. She had this, like, I seem to recall some kind of designs on the shirt she was wearing. And I think it was colored red. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Cool deal. Now that's a weird thing. See, I've got this streaming to my locals page as well. And it has a little thing that pops up on it and says degraded. So I don't know. I was like, oh, is it like you can't see it on there, or does it stop playing, or does it just get really crappy looking? More than usual. Oh, that's what it says. It's not really all that significant, but, too late now. I didn't set it. So, there we go. Some drawings of, people and stuff. All right. Well, let's see. Yeah, nothing here. So, what are you going to do? Pell says, if that is Ethan Ralph and Scarlett, your drawing is much more flattering for Ethan than IRL. Yeah, that tends to happen. Keep in mind, it's the first Ethan. So, yeah, he kind of almost looks like, damn, what was that movie? Didn't Robert Redford play some guy who lived in the wilds of the forest or something? I don't know, something like that. Pell drawing is much. Pell again, drawing is much. Pell SL looks like the old Iran leader. SL. Well, this is Ethan Ralph. He does have a beard, but the Ayatollah's beard was much longer. I mean, it was like a Santa Claus beard. And Scarlett, well, I thought her last name was Hampton. So, Scarlett looks like the Iran leader. She doesn't even have a beard. So, yeah, I'm not following any of this. Oh, well. In the meantime, I guess I'll play or attempt to. Boy, I hope this works. Some Nailsin news while I, scan this into the old Photoshop. Let's see if it'll do it. No. All right. You're going to be that way? There we go.
This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Cold-blooded 23-year-old chopped off 55-year-old boyfriend's head after 2 months of dating. So, 23-year-old woman from California decapitated her 55-year-old boyfriend with a knife and left his headless body inside her home while she fled to Mexico. Alyssa Marie Lira, an exotic dancer from Anaheim, spent the last 5 months on the run after killing Enrique Gonzalez Carbajal, in August 2025, and then fleeing south of the border. Authorities tracked her down and arrested her on January 22nd, with charges being filed for felony murder and felony enhancement of personally using a weapon. Well, yeah, you're charging her with murder. And she's the only one involved, so obviously there would have been a weapon involved. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird how the charges are done in these cases. But anyway, it's just a testament to our never-ending pursuit of justice and bringing her back and making sure she's held accountable, Director of Public Affairs Kimberly Ed said. This was somebody who was in a dating relationship with Gonzales Carvajal, who you would assume had some kind of feelings for him. And then for her to be able to engage in that level of just heinous violence, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for the victim. Well, yes, it's heartbreaking for the victim's family. So, according to the DA's office, Gonzales Carvajal was located inside Lyra's home, and local police were called to the scene. We received the call on August 25th, 2025, just after 2 p.m. An investigation was launched, and it was very quickly determined that she, Lyra, had immediately fled to Mexico. Well, the knife that Lyra allegedly used to behead Gonzales Carvajal, wait, what? Couldn't say what kind. That's a weird written sentence. But anyway, she used a knife. It's just what's her name, Ed's. Doesn't know what kind it was. Anyway, this poor human was brutalized, Ed said. Yeah. And police detectives were working with the DA's Organized Crime Unit, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the FBI's Assistant Legal Attaches in Mexico, as well as Mexican authorities, to locate and arrest Lyra in connection with the alleged murder. So she's returned to the United States, said Ed's, noting how Gonzales Carvajal's family was notified. Well, yeah, this is just a traumatic situation for everyone, yeah. Prosecutors and authorities have not yet released a motive. I think she's nuts, and, yeah, that's probably it, you know. Anyway, prosecutors have not released a motive. Lyra is scheduled to be arraigned, of course. Hopefully she'll remain in custody, Ed said. Well, odds are probably. I mean, she chopped a guy's head off. I mean, good Lord. Speaking in a statement, Orange County District Attorney Todd Spitzer described how nothing, not time, not distance, nor foreign borders, prevented authorities from tracking down and capturing Lyra. Yeah, okay, so that's they're going to talk about how they did their job and all that stuff. So there you go. She's locked up and probably possessed by the devil or something. I mean, good Lord. But right off the bat, she's in her 20s. He's 55. You know, she's a stripper. Oh, boy, there's a price to pay for that sort of thing, isn't there? And unfortunately, a really horrific price here. Looking at her mugshot, yeah, you can see the crazy right there in the dead eyes. Yeah. Oh, well. I wonder how many years she'll get, you know. I mean, it is California, so. But anyway, they got her for now. This has been a Nailsin News Bulletin. This is a Nailsin News Bulletin. Cold-blooded 23-year-old chopped off 55-year-old boyfriend's head after 2 months of dating. We've already heard that story. We don't want to hear it again. No. Anyway, Stevie Lou. Oh, now it makes sense. That's right. Stevie Lou. He does look like that. You know, that could be the deal. Look, you can stop doing we'll stop the war campaign and all that. You just got to let Stevie Lou be the new Ayatollah. And that's it for the Iran war. You know? Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah.
I think so. Anyway, here we go. There was the picture. There's the Scarlet Hampton. I decided to leave the hat off because, you know, it probably got tossed in the fireplace by Matt Mead. Anyway, yeah, I didn't do a good job with this at all. This is terrible. I don't know who this guy is, but he's not Ethan. What the hell was I doing? See, this is part of the problem when I do these, and I just start yapping because, you know, it's a live stream, and I just assumed it's you know, the courtesy and whatnot. When will I learn? Well, never. You know, I get distracted with other things. All kinds of stuff comes up, and I don't know. And, you know, and I'm doing it right now when I should be paying attention to this drawing. Oh, boy, there's so much incomplete here. So just trying to color it like you're supposed to. Well, not. You can do it any way you want. So just going to add a bunch of layers and do it that way. So, boy, there's a lot of pinkness in Ethan here. So, let me see here. Maybe that pale. Something. Well, maybe I want to. Okay, we'll do it like that. Yeah, it kind of really washes out. I guess that's where he wears his sunglasses, so there's no color under the eyes. All right, okay. We'll put this here. There's a bit of splotchy redness in the middle of the forehead, so a little bit of color there. When the nose has got color, so, you know, he's got color there on the nose. There is a shadow because of the forehead, you know, for the eyes there. So I'll have to, but it's not the pinkish hue of the rest of the skin. So I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Probably just go ahead and, you know, put some gray there, and we'll get a little pink there for oh, wait, his beard and sideburn does, but that's gonna put a little bit of havoc on the attempt here to get this ear colored. But there we go. I think we got it right there. The lips do have some pink to them, so you know, there's some life there. Here we'll go with the gem, but we'll have to deal with that a little later. Now, the lighting in there is not great for the photograph. It makes it look like his hair's green. I'm pretty sure it isn't. But that's just the light, you know. It's not like he's going full Joker. Yeah. Anyway, a little bit here. Boy, he's really pale. I'm pale myself, you know. So who am I? I just don't tend to have this splotchy pink. Well, I guess I can go ahead and put this over the eyes, and I can change that up when I go in once the image is flattened. Now, you don't want to flatten your images in Photoshop until you're absolutely certain you're done with it. I mean, if you do, you can undo it and start over. But, you know, some of this it's not going to show up good while it's just a layer. So, if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, don't worry. It's never going to matter. Damn it, I just screwed that up because I was too busy yapping. But that's the conundrum. I kind of have to. I'm not just... I mean, I am. I'm drawing all by myself. And, you know, I don't usually... Well, I do talk to myself. That's true, I do. But not while I'm drawing. So it's well, it is what it is. See, that's a go-to thing to say when you don't really have an explanation for yourself at all. You know, because odds are you screwed up somehow. And so that's what you just say. Say, well, it is what it is. And most people tend to, yeah, okay, yeah. So, yeah. So, I don't know if there's some blonde in his hair or what his hair was supposed to be. But I'm just going to go with gray. You know. Ain't nothing wrong with gray hair, you know. It's better than no hair, you know. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, who's going to argue with that? Oh, crap. I should have done it separate layer. See? So now I got to be extra careful. For once. Yeah, alright, yeah. And then I can go in later to sort of lighten this up a bit. Yeah, there does appear to be a hint of blonde there. So I'm guessing that's the color. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to do this. Yeah, this looks absolutely nothing like him. I mean, it just is like Ethan and Scarlett, the Lifetime TV movie. And they got some actor. He, you know, did a lot of soap operas and stuff. And he's, you know, Brick Mason. That sounds like a soap opera actor name. Brick Mason is Ethan Ralph. And then, I don't know, Deidre Hall is Scarlett Hampton. You know, something like that. And they're in the Lifetime movie of their adventures. Where did the fairy tale romance go wrong? Or something like that, you know? And you go, oh, it's kind of sad. What are you going to do? Well, like most sad things, all you can do is laugh. So, there we go. That's, well, I guess that's Ethan. Damned if I know. You know, I'd hear about him every now and then. And then, like Pat went to that bowling alley thing where he was supposed to get married to, I don't know, somebody. And then I guess the wedding got called off or something. But anyway, Pat went there to do comedy and stuff. You know. And that was about it, you know. So I don't know what happened to that relationship or what's happened since. There's just a few details here and there. And then he pops up again. And then there's this, I don't know, animosity between him and Mersh. Because Mersh's girlfriend is Ethan's ex-girlfriend, or they dated, or it didn't go well. It might have gone very badly for all I know. And now she's with Mersh. So there's like, you know, they don't like each other, and that kind of thing. And then, hell, Mersh has got to be having a field day with this. He probably knows. He probably knows the whole story by now. So, yeah, whatever the hell that was all about. Because, Mersh isn't in jail. So, he's got that going for him. So, yeah, I guess he wins this. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough of that guy. Well, here's Scarlet, I guess. And, let's see. I'll do it like this. And there we go. Now, it could be, hey, you think she'd go visit him while he's in jail? And maybe release a statement like, he's being railroaded. This is so wrong. He's a beautiful human being. He doesn't deserve to be treated this way. That kind of thing. Yeah. Maybe that could be the statement. That there'll be a press conference. She'll stand with Ethan's lawyer and go on about, we're going to fight this all the way to the Supreme Court. All that kind of thing, And then, sure, it's an inconvenience and all that, but in the end, that's the kind of thing that could bring people closer together, And you can look back on it and say, boy, at the time it was like, gee, I wish this wouldn't happen. I didn't want to go to jail. But in the end, what do you know, baby? It brought us together. Something like that. Now, wouldn't that just be, nice and all that? I don't know. So, let's see. She has blonde hair. Last I checked. So, we'll, I don't know why I'm saying we. I'm the only one working on this. There we go. Sometimes you just want to put a dash color, and then you let the empty spaces do some work for you. It's admittedly lazy to do, but it also makes a certain kind of sense. Where some of the blondness, or bleach or whatever, leaves the hair kind of almost white, So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Kinda. And then we'll do this. Yes. Yes. Put a little blonde right there. Oh yeah, I watched the Netflix movie War Machine with Jack Reacher. So he's a guy who he was in Afghanistan with his brother, and something goes horribly wrong. Can you guess? Well, I'm not going to spoil it. And then after that, he wants to join the Army Rangers. So he's going through the training. And of course, he's basically the only character in the whole movie who looks like he could actually be an Army Ranger. The rest don't. Especially the woman, who's really small. And despite the crew cut, she still doesn't really look the part. Anyway, they're training and stuff, but the brass, the generals, or whoever the hell's in charge of the Ranger training facility, have serious questions about the motives of Jack Reacher, and so they want to boot him out, and he's mad. So, but they decide to give him a shot anyway, and they go on to the final test. This, fake mission they do in the woods. But just as they're about to do that, that's when the Earth gets invaded by aliens. Yeah. Well, they're robot drones. Something like that. Anyway, it's a big, nasty robot, and it just starts killing all these Ranger trainees. And Jack Reacher's got to lead them out of there and try to save them. And which he really doesn't. I mean, they do the best they can. They struggle against this, superior technological wonder from outer space. And this, that, and the other. And then eventually, because he's also an engineer, he notices elements of the alien robot thing, and finally detects its weakness and exploits it. And of course, well, I won't tell you what happens. Well, you already know. He defeats the robot, and well, that's that's how they win. Except they really don't. He was only able to bring back one guy, who basically slept through most of it because he got badly injured at the outset, and so they kept him on a stretcher and were dragging him along. And it didn't go so well for them. But he managed to survive thanks to Jack Reacher. And of course, since Jack Reacher figured out what the weakness of the robot was, when they get back to base and meet up with command and all that, they want to know, well, how'd you beat the robot? And because it turns out these robots are all over the planet. And so the military is trying to figure out how to fight them off, And NASA's saying, oh, crap, there's more coming. So I don't know if that's setting it up for a sequel or anything, but since Jack Reacher figured out a way to defeat them, and again, I won't tell you how he figured it out or what it was exactly, but they're like, hey, we kind of need to know that so we can tell the other, armies and whatnot, because the whole world's united against the aliens now, It's kind of like Independence Day and stuff, but yeah, that's what they do. And so even though he just got out of that, he immediately hops onto a helicopter to go fight some more alien robots. But it helped him deal with his issues that he had. Yeah, it was a fun movie. It's not meant to be taken too seriously. I mean, he's got a sad story in it, and he does all right. It's interesting too because at the same time, Arnold Schwarzenegger announced that they're in talks to do his King Conan movie that had been teased for decades, all the way back to the original Conan the Barbarian movie. And now it looks like, well, they might actually do one. Plus, he wants to do a sequel to Commando. Okay. And then Predator. He wants to do another Predator movie, which is another one that's like, why didn't they get him in there for, but whatever reason, it never happened. But now it might. So, but the thing about that is that maybe there's a turn more to those type of action movie plots that made Arnold a star back in the 80s, and it's something the movie industry should give a close look to now, since they're in dire straits of getting audiences back interested in their product after chasing them all away with woke crap, and then chastising them when they didn't look at it or didn't like it, or you're too stupid to know what our genius is, and all that sort of stuff. And now you give them what they want, and maybe they'll come back. Well, this War Machine movie, it's basically could have been one of those movies from back then. And it's the type of thing Arnold in his prime would have done. So, yeah, I guess that's a project that people look for. And it's not a bad idea considering the shape that that industry's in. And oh no, if only, damn it, why does it keep switching back to the wrong one? If only someone could have told them this is a bad idea. If only someone could have said, oh, you're going to drive the audience away and you're not going to make money anymore. And when you run out of money, you won't be able to afford, well, to even feed yourself, let alone make a movie. And holy crap, that's exactly what happened. And if only, like I said, if only someone had said, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that. But alas, I suppose no one ever did. So it's sad, but, well, maybe they'll figure something out, and maybe they have, and maybe that'll happen. It's not like all the movies got to be, people fighting an alien robot that just plops out of nowhere. No. But stuff like that used to be able to pack a theater here and there. Oh, damn it. And once that happens, well, your artsy-fartsy movies that you really want to do and stuff, you can do those. Because you're making a living. Oh, damn it. You're making a living. And that's important. You need to be able to do that. Not just do a bunch of movies that people don't particularly care for. And he doesn't really. It looks like he's only got blonde left in the mustache. I guess kind of the goatee. Or whatever. Yeah, some of that here. That's about it. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what you got to do. You understand? Now, I know some of these artsy-fartsy people, they don't know how to do that. They don't care. They can't even consider doing movies like that. So, sucks to be them, But the ones that do, well, they bring a certain. You've got money to spare for someone to experiment on one of these assholes, who every now and then they'll hit on something, and it works. It's typically a comedy. They can do that, but then they want to be taken seriously, and there's nothing you can do. They're always miserable, but at least they're not burning your money, So it's possible for things like that. But you gotta have, the films that'll put asses in seats. Because that's where you want asses. Well, I mean, you're gonna want them elsewhere, but that's your own private matter. But nevertheless, in order to make a living in the film business, you need them there. And it's a big if now, if the theater system can even survive. And we don't know. All right. It's not really them, but I don't know who this guy is. I got to do a different one. This just isn't going to work at all. This is terrible. Who the hell is that? I don't know. It would be funny if Scarlett did hook up with a guy who looks like this. You know, I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah, Stevie Lou for Ayatollah. You know? And then there'd be peace in the realm, wouldn't there? And Stevie don't want stuff blowing up all over the place. I mean, he would have just moved in. So, you know. Those numbers never add up in relationships. Well, I guess not. Waldorf something all up in his stash. Yeah, that's where the blonde mostly is. It's in the mustache. St. Ranger, hi St. Ranger, says, hi Doug, nice to see you. How you feeling? Well, yeah, I'm doing all right. Sometimes, boy, I had to take a nap after doing the pop culture breakdown. I was getting woozy and stuff. But it's usually because the sleep schedules. I get up earlier on Wednesday to do that show, and I'm like, oof, I don't know. Yeah. Sometimes, I don't know, it just works. Other times, not so much. Anyway, Pella says, it's not your pick that's bad, Doug. For it to be realistic, you'd have to take a dump on it to look like, oh my God, well, I can't do that. That would get my channel, nuked. I'm pretty sure that's in the terms of service. You can't take a dump on your own channel. Ethan's skin is gray. Yeah, it's true. It is. Huh. I mean, there is that pink to it. I didn't really capture that well. Look, I'd like to promise that I'd try again. But I can't promise that. Anyway, Ethan is looking like a really uncool bird. A bird? Huh. Oh, you mean like a jailbird, I guess? Anyway, Waldorf says also, he is a past son of a gun, but the cocaines will do that to you. Ask his mom. Good Lord. So that's what his mom says? Okay. Anyway, St. Ranger says, and your drawings speak to some viewers also. I wonder what it says. What do you hear when you look at my drawing? I wonder what they're saying right now. I mean, you'd think I'd know, but... Well, I'll have to get back to you on that. Pale, maybe it's me. He looks too pale to me, a resident of Mexico. Well, us night people, we don't tan, So it could be that he's just up all night and then sleeps all day. Yeah, you don't get a lot of sun when you do that. It's probably not healthy. Wait a minute. Oh, man. Anyway, Waldorf says, I just got a Danzig signed Veronica. Verotica. Oh, yeah. He did that. It was a comic book. Yeah, Veronica, that's Archie Comics. But Verotica was was she like a vampire lady or a demon lady or something? I can't remember. Waldorf, he drank the water and doesn't feel too. Oh, is that what happened? And then he had an accident. Pellel, he's been up all night breaking this story. How I found out. Oh, Mersh has got this. Well, of course, I just assumed he'd be all over this. Man, it must be like Christmas morning for Mersh, Anyway, Mersh remarked he made a special stream to break the story. He is in his glee right now. Well, I can imagine. I wonder if when's his birthday? Wouldn't that be hilarious if it was his birthday? And then he'd have to thank Ethan for the wonderful gift, Anyway, Waldorf says she has a semen crust in her hair and cocaine and coconut conditioner. Wow. Terry Nee, I think they have a loving future. It's possible. You know, strange things, stranger things have happened. Terry Nee, I love the Jack Reacher series on Prime. Yeah, I need to catch up on. The first season I liked more than the second one, but the third one I haven't seen yet. I need to get on that because, it's a good show. Waldorf, I got Apple TV in January for one reason: Masters of the Air, and I'm only 2 episodes in, and I forgot them. Oh, so is this one of the? Because that's the business model of streaming services, is that you subscribe and then forget you subscribed. When people start remembering, and they're like, man, I got to cut something here. And then they suddenly remember they subscribed to, I don't know, Paramount Plus or something. And then I'm canceling that. And so, that happens. If long as people don't remember, they're doing good. But now you just remembered. I don't know. Are you going to catch up on Masters of the Air? Then I guess you'll stay subscribed. Terry Nee threw water on them. Like vampires or the Witch and the Wizard of Oz. Waldorf, I need to watch it and cancel the subscription. Oh, well, that's the usual thing. Netflix taught people that. You see, there's a certain thing, and it's the only thing you're really interested in because there's so much crap on there. You'll even, and most of it is probably crap. So it's going to take a while. And so you just go for what you really wanted to see. Then you've seen it. Plus, you can binge it. That's another thing Netflix taught people to do. And then you immediately, you quit and you cancel rather. And then that's it. And that's the thing. Some of these shows, they take forever to come back. And it's all one and done. Sometimes the interest fades, so they could have been pretty good. I don't know. But anyway, that's how that works. Terry Nee, Conan the Barbarian at the Villages. Yeah, it'll be something akin to that. Pell the Predator story should never have been touched. Well, they touched it. Terry Nee, Conan the Bursitis. Yeah, he's going to have to deal with a lot. He's going to lose his kingdom and then have to try and take it back. He'll probably hire a lawyer, The Predator they have to escape from now is incontinence. Oh, yeah. Terry Nee, the video game should tell studios what young people want. Well, but they've already kind of, done things with those two. Waldorf, I see a Peruvian flake or 6 on that atrocious mustache. Peruvian flake. Huh. Waldorf, you should print this out and send it to him in jail with a "we're rooting for you" message just to the jail. Will make sure that he gets it. It could boost his morale while he's in jail. You think so? Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. Anyway, Waldorf says, I just want to watch Dabble verse poop. Well, you'll more than likely get your wish. Skull Potter, I follow back for always. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Well, that's nice. No super tips. All right. Well, there we go. We've done. Well, I mean, I did. Oh, I got to do the. Well, let's see here. Oh no! See, it looks like they're turning into monsters. But don't worry. See, everything's better now. Wow, look at that. Dixon didn't even need ink on it. Yeah. Let's see here. paint filter should solidify the black. All right, there we go. Boy, I'm really already tired of doing this. All I want to do is complain about doing it. And, oh, good Lord, no. Yeah, I don't really remember much. Crap. I don't remember this guy's hair color. I don't remember jack squat, really. I mean, just going by the pencil drawing, he apparently had some beard beard. Suppose I should have done something like he's on his skateboard, skating around while she. I don't. What does she do? I don't. Yeah, I guess I didn't really pay attention for some reason. So here we go. That'll do that, and this, and so, and here. See, it's just that simple. It's not that hard. You too can make wonderful art to be the envy of all your... Why was it always to be the envy, It's, I want everyone to be envious of me. You will all be in misery because you will never be me. That's what that was. That was one of the advertising things. Of course, maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about because there was I'm talking about advertisements in comic books and stuff. Be the envy of your friends, and you buy some pack of stickers or some crap, and you could stick it all over your crap, and then everybody, oh man, where'd you get those? Out of the back of a comic book. Oh, so your treasure really didn't last very long, and your unique find didn't last long because then, well, they could just get that too. And usually it was the same crap you could, I don't know, get out of Cracker Jack or Gumball Machine, some stupid thing like that. Once again, the advertising had lied, But for a moment, I guess, you had some idiot fantasy that, you were better than everyone else. Oh, crap, that won't work. What am I doing? Come on, give me another layer. There we go. All right. There we go. It would help if I zoomed in on it. There we go. Yeah, that's probably better. Damn it. What the hell? Oh, not the clone thing. There we go. Good Lord, it's like her lips glow. It's like it's almost, well, now it's like the lipstick's smeared. And I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know how you do that. Maybe reduce it some. No. Huh? All right. Now we'll take that off there. I don't think she has a problem where the lipstick wicks up in the wrinkles yet. But, but it comes to everybody. Well, except, people who just don't wear lipstick, Did I put that? See, this is one of those things that when I have glasses on a particular subject, for the illusion of the lenses, I leave it blank. I don't color it. No. Damn it, do that. All right. I think it. Oh wait, that's no good. I'll have to get his own damn layer just to do his stupid hair. Oh wait, that rhymed. Yeah, I really don't remember if his. This is almost red, but he probably wasn't. I don't know. Well, we're going with it. It is now. And, I'll have to send a letter, cease and desist, if he's not dyeing his hair red. Because he can't go around existing without it being the proper color that I have bestowed upon it or something. All right, there, that's going to be her hair. And so what do you think? You think it's a great idea for the future of the relationship that they do the show together? Because, they've got one episode under their belt. I don't know when the wedding is. I assume they know. But there you go. They're like, we always want to be together or something like that. There we go. I don't know if they would need to put in a, what do you call it? They used to do it out of swimming pools and stuff for the skateboarders escaping, and I guess the skateboarding rink, maybe? I don't know. But it's just like a big concrete pit. And so he just does his skateboard crap while she's doing her show. And he's like going back and forth and oops, good Lord, what the hell happened there? Oh my God, that's embarrassing. Oh man, I did it again. What the hell? I thought I missed the thing. Oh, it's not attached. She's got crappy glasses. Well, a little repair should fix that. And then just like magic, it's it's got that there. Oh, jeez, this is terrible. And now I'm all embarrassed. And but fortunately, no one saw that mistake. So only I will know that I screwed up. And I can continue to hold my head high throughout society and not feel like I failed in any shape or form. No, dumbass, wrong thing. There we go. There we are. Yes. Yes. There we go. Yes. The life is coming into the face. Yes. Yes. Once again. Maybe this would help. Maybe this would help. Yeah, it probably would. So anyway, I'm sure everything's great, and they're. I don't know how old Whitney is. Can they have kids? Say they might have kids. I don't know. So there you go. All the best. And everyone should be so lucky. And that'll be great. So anyway, have a good rest of your day. And, maybe I'll do something later tonight. Hopefully, Nailsin news, because I got quite a few stories racked up, ready to go. Well, I mean, I saved them for me to go and look at and read. So that ought to be, fun. Probably won't be, maybe a little bit, but one can hope. It's really all you can do. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll do it again soon. That'll be fun. It'll be a thrill a minute. Everyone will love it. Greatest thing they ever did with their time. And with the knowledge that, oh boy, I can do it again sometime. Yes, you can. By watching The Doug Nailsin Show. Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, why wouldn't you, Anyway.
Beautiful friend, this is the end, my friend. It hurts to set you free, but you'll never follow me, because this is the end. This is the end, beautiful friend. This